Hey guys, I'm back. I have a lot of packages and I'm really cold, so I'm currently wearing my thing. Some of them came in like my actual mailbox and some of them were delivered to my door, so kind of strange. Okay. So first, I didn't order anything from Book Depository, but sure. Okay, well, I now own The Anti-Boyfriend by Penelope Ward, so that's really exciting. This is a man next door novel. I love Penelope Ward, so super excited to have another book by them. Oh, this actually might be a gift from my friend in the US. At first, my neighbor Deacon frustrated me. Sure, he was great looking and friendly, but our walls were thin, and on occasion he'd bring women to his place and keep me awake while he entertained them. As a single mother to an infant, I didn't appreciate it. So finally, it was my turn. When my daughter wouldn't stop wailing one night, Mr. Manhor came knocking on my door. Miraculously, at the sound of his voice, Sunny stopped crying, and when he held her, she eventually fell asleep in his arms. Deacon was rough on the exterior, but apparently on the inside, Mr. Single and Ready to Mingle was a baby whisperer. After that night, we became friends. He'd go for coffee runs, come over to chat, normal friend stuff. But over time, our conversations ran deeper. We got closer, until one night he crossed the line. Our friendship turned into a complicated mess. I'd gone and fallen for a guy who'd sworn off commitment and kids. I knew Deacon was starting to care for me too, even though Sunny and I didn't fit into his plan he'd ever imagined for himself. He was wrong for me, so wrong that I've dubbed him in the anti-boyfriend. Then why did I wish more than anything that I could be the one woman to change him? So this sounds super, super good. I have yet to find a book by Penelope Ward or Vi Keeland that I haven't liked, so super excited for this one. Next, we've got a package that's a little beaten up. Oh, it's a big one. Okay, so this is from Liddell. This is Office Grump by Nicole Snow. This book is huge. Like, huge. How big is this? "472 pages. An enemies to lovers romance." So it's enemies to lovers and an office romance. My interview with Boss Hole Supreme was anything but normal. I'm sold on this book already, guys. I'm sold. He picked the worst day ever to chase me off my favorite park bench. I retaliated with a spray of cinnamon latte all over his Italian shoes. Then, for some unholy reason, Magnus Huron offered me a job. Even his name sounds like a piece of work. Guess what? He is. But when you're single, broke, and barely surviving in Chicago, you hop on the gift horse offering a 6-figure salary and ride. picked the stallion on a one-way trip to hell. It's not impossibly long hours working for Grumpzilla. It's not the fact that he's snarly, demanding, horribly rich and chiseled. It's not even the pesky way he makes me blush every flippin' time we're together. Meg is my boss. I'm his lowly assistant. Some rules are carved in stone. That's my mantra until we're sharing a sunset too beautiful for life. Alone with wandering lips, whispered secrets, and disaster in the making. The plan was simple. Punch the clock, get paid, and keep hating my boss. What's the blueprint when the office grump brings me to my knees? This sounds amazing. Next, we have a flatter envelope, also from Book Depository. It's still a book. Okay, so this is Wicked Bedmite by Jenica Snow. This is a Cocky Heroes novel. I have quite a few now. I'm super excited for all of these. As far as I know, they're all standalones, but they're companion series, and they're written by different authors. So that is really exciting. Okay, getting fired and humiliated in front of everyone at my newly acquired secretarial job at Morgan Financial. Why is it spelled like that? Financial Holdings wasn't how I'd seen my day going. And then chaos, or maybe luck, ensued. I was set up on a blind date, shocked that my former boss was giving me a month's severance and had the perfect interview lined up. Maybe things were looking up for me after all. And although finding a man should have been on the bottom of my to-do list, I couldn't get Jason, the uber sexy blind date, out of my head. Sexy and confident, and maybe arrogant, he had me yearning for more with just a smoldering look and a smirk of his lips. But when a night of drinking led to getting in bed with him and having the wildest, most intense night of my life, I didn't know if I should ask to see him again or do the good old walk of shame. And it was when I walked into my interview the next day and came face to face with my prospective employer that the reality of my situation sank in. Because there, sitting across from me, with that devilish smile on his face, that knowing expression of what we'd done the night before, was the one and only Jason, my supposed one-night stand. Looks like my humiliation wasn't over just yet. This sounds super good. I mean, all of the books that I seem to find sound really good, so, like, that's the smallest one so far. Okay, we've got another smaller envelope, but it's in a normal Amazon thing, so. Okay, so this one I ordered for myself. It's Cold as Ice by Piper Rain. It's for the trilogy. There might be one more in this pile. I'm not sure, but this is the one that I bought for myself. And then we have have a book from Carol. This is The Temptation by Kendall Ryan. Hello, abs. Some sexy book candy. She's kept her heart on maximum security lockdown. Growing up, Mackenzie learned early on that love was something other people experienced. Something she'd seen but never felt. When she meets MMA fighter Ian, she expects nothing more than a one-night stand, but he walks away before they seal the deal. Now, she'd like to forget the night they almost hooked up, but she's just taken a job working at his gym, and despite her efforts to move on, his allure is overpowering. But when Ian gets injured, they begin working together on his rehabilitation, and their one-on-one physical therapy sessions are so hot they sizzle, leaving them both desperate for more contact. The battle for love is about to become a fight to the finish. I love sports romances, and this is like almost on the bordering of like office romance, because it's like or I guess it could be like teacher student-y, like I don't know, I'm really digging it. Got another flat one. This might be the other Piper Ray book. Yeah. Okay. It does not have a note. Oh, there it is. This is also from Carol. This is Break the Ice. So now I have this entire trilogy. Got another flatter one, but it's bigger. This is from Kelly. This is Romance Her Billionaire Boss. So yesterday, I don't know where it went. So we have Romance Her Billionaire Boss by Kelly Sloan. I'm not sure if this is like a continuation to the other one or not, so I'm not going to read the synopsis, but hello abs again. That last book was, whew, this one's following suit. Okay, and then we have one more bag and then one more box. Okay, so this one I ordered as well for myself. This is Sweet Soul by Tilly Cole. This now completes my series, so I had to get it. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really excited to read this series. And now, the box. It moves. Okay, so this is from Amber. This is my first hardcover Misadventures book. My other ones are the fake hardcovers. They're like paperbacks, but they have like the hardcover-y like feel to them. Like they have the, you know what I'm talking about if you have the books. But this is the first like hardcover, and romances are not usually in hardcovers, so this is really exciting. So this one, like the 1001 Nights and the Kakihiro Club, is again by various authors, which is really exciting. So this one is Misadventures of a Good Wife, and then there's like Misadventures of a Valedictorian, of a City Girl, of a Backup Bride, and then there's like a bunch of them. I think there's like 30 or 40 of these, so that's really exciting. This is my fourth one for this series now. First hardcover though, so that's really exciting. So Kate and Price Lewis had the perfect marriage: love, fulfilling careers, and a great apartment in the city. But when Price's work takes him overseas and his plane goes down, their happily ever after goes down with it. A year later, Kate is still trying to cope. She's tied to her grief as tightly as she was bound to Price. When her sister-in-law coaxes her into an extended girls' trip, 3 weeks on a remote island in the South Pacific, Kate agrees. At a villa as secluded as the island, they're the only people in sight, until Kate sees a ghost walking toward them on the beach. Price is alive. Their reunion is anything but picture perfect. Kate has been loyal to the husband she thought was dead, but she needs answers. What she gets instead is a cryptic proposal: go back home in 3 weeks, or disappear with Price forever. Emotions run high, passions burn bright, and Kate faces an impossible choice. Can Price win back his wife, or will his secrets tear them apart? Okay. That's not exactly what I was thinking it was going to be, but I'm intrigued. I'm really interested, so, yeah.